we would like to play. I mean, inform.
Let's go!
Wii little known facts. If you're a Wii fan, we're a Wii fan.
Oh, Wii little known facts.
That's right.
That's not what we mean. We mean little known facts about the Wii.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
You're a little late on that. Even though I think I'm going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day tomorrow with my in-laws.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Weirdo.
It's a family holiday.
Start us out, my friend.
Okay, so we are talking about just stuff about the Wii that few people know about or just aren't widely known.
Wow, there's a clickbait title right there if you've ever heard one.
Yes, Wii all the way home. Nintendo started working on the Wii in 2001. So the Gamecube is released and they're like, oh, we got to do better than this, guys. Come on, let's start working on something else because this obviously isn't going to do well, I guess. I don't know what the motivation behind that is, but they started in 2001.
Miniature fun fact to slip in here is that the GameCube power was basically... the Wii was basically the power of two GameCubes duct taped together. All right.
Is that what they did? They just duct taped two of them together?
Yep, and that's how we got the Wii. So this is a pretty fun thing. I call it the sensor bar candles.
Yes.
And you could make a pun out of that if you wanted to, like, sensory ambiance,
Yeah.
So if you lose your sensor bar or your cat bites through the 0.5 centimeter thick cord, Buttercup will totally do that because Buttercup, your dog, has eaten much thicker cords.
Yes. Only a few though. She's really been good. It was when she was really young that she bit most cords.
I'm not trying to throw her under the bus.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just saying, this could happen to people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or you could trip over the sensor bar cable and then it's done. You don't need it. Nobody needed a sensor bar.
That's true.
It was nice of Nintendo to include it in the package for free, but all you need is two candles. You can put them, pretty close together, farther apart. Really didn't matter. Just put them next to your TV or wherever you're going to be pointing your Wii remote. And the sensor bar was not sensing. It's a misnomer.
No.
It was emitting two red lights. Infrared, so you couldn't see them ever, but the camera in the Wii remote could. The Wii remote was not pointing, it wasn't sending any signal, it was looking.
Receiving.
And when it saw two flickering, flaming candles, you're in business. You could point and you could choose Super Smash Bros. Brawl and then blow the candles out and go back to the GameCube controller like you really want to play with all along.
Exactly. I was always so paranoid that the sensor bar was going to snap in half or that the cord was just going to yank out of it or that it was going to just like disintegrate when I touched it.
I know.
But it never happened to me.
Congratulations.
Now, one thing that people complain about with the Wii is that its graphics were not up to par with the graphics at the time. Obviously, it didn't have HDMI output. It had yellow, white, red, whatever that is. I don't remember what composite or component. I can't remember. I think it's component.
It was SDO,
whatever.
Standard definition.
Yeah, standard definition. They did that on purpose. Like, for real. Yeah, it says Miyamoto said that they didn't make it powerful on purpose. In fact, he said the consensus was that power isn't everything for a console. True. He goes on to say, too many powerful consoles can't coexist. It's like having only ferocious dinosaurs. They might fight and hasten their own extinction. In other words, he came up with an excuse for why they didn't make the Wii powerful. He's like, it couldn't have been good. If we made it too good, then it would have been bad.
Oh wow, that's so dumb.
The things that Nintendo sometimes says is like, what you're saying, you make it sound all floofy and stuff, but it's like you're just giving us an excuse as to why it's not good.
And the real reason was 2 GameCubes duct taped together.
Exactly.
Wouldn't accept HDMI. But, man, I would have loved if they didn't make excuses and came out with a Wii HD, which was the rumor before we had Wii U. It was like just a Wii HD. And if that could have been like a mid-cycle refresh or something like that, man, that would have made a lot of other gamers happy.
Yep.
Fun fact, Wii U was actually the first console to ship with HDMI cable included in the box.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So Nintendo's not entirely behind. Next up, I got a little secret to tell you about the Wii Remote. The Wii Remotes actually have memory built in. They're like memory cards. Now,
I remember this.
Not a lot. You could only really use it for one kind of storage at a time. And some of those different types were Mii's. You could store Mii's right onto your Wii Remote, take them to your friend's house. You could also use them for Pokemon Rumble Pokemon. Take them to your friend's house. You have to erase your Mii's. And also Monster Hunter Tri characters. So
that is really bizarre.
Yeah. And a lot of people just think, wow, this thing's got motion control, but the memory often went for granted. But it was great for me when you have to transfer Mii's.
It wasn't everything that we thought it would be, but it was more than we thought it would be in some cases. It was completely revolutionary. Yep. They packed so much technology, kind of like these things.
The Joy-Con.
The Joy-Cons. The Joy-Con. I know.
Smack!
Singular, I know. Don't add S to Nintendo words because they don't want to trademark. They don't want to spend the money.
The debate going on at our workplace right now is species versus specie for singular. So maybe you can help them out there.
I'm pretty sure species is singular. Species is plural, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we have to update 1,200 catalog pages then, so thank you.
Way to go.
But I wasn't able to confirm this one. Maybe you remember Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It was said that Wii Remote control configurations could also be saved to the controller.
I do not remember that. It very well could be,
but I
do not recall.
That's the least used scenario ever, though, because it's like, if you're using custom controls, you're probably not playing with the Wii Remote. If you're wanting your custom control scheme to come with you to your friend's house, you're probably not playing with the Wii Remote. If you are playing with a Wii Remote,
you're not playing Smash.
Yeah, and there's not that much to customize anyway. So there you go.
One thing that made the Wii unique, obviously, was the name. I remember being so upset when they released the name. And they had 3 reasons initially why they told people it was named Wii. 2 of them make sense, and one of them is more mumbo-jumbo to make you think that they're really smart. So the first is that the lowercase i's looked like 2 people standing next to each other.
Yes, and it did. In the intro trailer,
yeah,
they had the eyes being people.
And they bowed.
Yep,
they alternated bowing. I remember that. It also represented the Wii Remote and the nunchuck. So as opposed to having one controller that you're holding, the Wii was 2 things that you're holding. You know, I. The third one, which it makes sense, but only in English. But they try to make sense for everyone. Okay. Is that it sounds like Wii. So the quote from Nintendo's webpage at the time was, "Wii sounds like Wii, W-E."
Yeah.
Which emphasizes this console is for everyone. Oh, okay, great. What's it called in Japan? What's it called in France? Wii. It just means yes in France. We can easily be remembered by people around the world, no matter what language they speak, as long as it's English. I added that. No confusion, no need to abbreviate, just we. So it makes perfect sense no matter what language you speak.
Oh my goodness.
Because the we always means 2 people or more together in unity.
It was a pretty good name. I mean,
it took so long to get used to. Yeah. I was really upset initially, but
it stuck its neck out there for jokes as well. But What did your dad say? You were like, "What's the sequel to the Wii called, Dad?"
Yeah, and he guessed it. I can't remember his first guess. His like second guess is like the Wii Us, the Wii U.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's the Wii U, and he's like, and I was like, right along with him.
Yep.
This is terrible. That is the worst console name. Wii U. It took time to get used to. Wii U is the worst console name ever.
I agree. And if any of these...
Worse than Gamecom.
If any of these wee little known facts have surprised you, please tell us in the chat or the comments. Finally, the Wii was quietly downgraded during its life cycle. Nintendo didn't make a big deal about it, did not draw attention to it at all. They removed Gamecube compatibility. And it's kind of rare because by this time so many Wiis had sold. The launch edition was really the main one that you're going to see out in the wild.
Right.
It's got the 4 GameCube ports in the top, the 2 GameCube memory card slots, the ability to accept GameCube discs and read them. And that was just completely removed, and they called it the Wii Family Edition.
Is this different than the Wii Mini?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know. There's a Wii out there. A white stand-up Wii that doesn't accept GameCube stuff.
Does it have flappy flaps?
No flaps.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Did it have like online capability or anything like that?
Yes. It had everything except for GameCube backward compatibility. Which, I mean, is fine because Wii was reaching an audience that didn't care about GameCube backwards compatibility. Honestly, if just the first run played GameCube games, I think that would have really taken care of. I mean, the early adopters are the Nintendo fans, are the GameCube owners.
Yep.
But they waited so long that like this edition, was barely found. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
They saved some money that way. What made it Family Edition? Nothing. They had to call it a different name.
Yeah. They, it's kind of like the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
You shut Michael Scott Paper Company down and he'll just call it Michael. You just find a new name for it. We gotta find a new name for it. Michael Scott will come up with something for you.
Thanks for watching. Thank you for being a part of the crew.
Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, like this video.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.